We're live. Hello, people out there. Hi. Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Hello, Facebook community as well, who are making their way in here in just a moment. Hi, Mary and Kim. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Regina. Hi, everybody. How you doing? How has your week been? Have you guys had a good week? I hope that you have. I've had a busy week, very busy week. I mean, I don't know. I feel like at this point I should just stop saying that because like I think we all get it. Yeah. Your week's been busy. We know. We hear it every Friday. But I mean, sometimes I feel like it's a little bit busier than other times. And today is definitely one of those, or not today, but one of these. This week is definitely, this week and last week, they were pretty busy. Hi, Anita. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Letitia. Hi, Susie. Hello. Hi, everybody. All right, so I have to call somebody out. Not in a bad way. Jennifer Miller, are you here? Are you here yet? Jennifer, if you're here, I'm going to need you to raise your hand. Listen, you guys, Jennifer Miller, she is my first customer every single Friday. As soon as I hit the publish button on those kits, Jennifer checks out. It's like she's just waiting. She's just sitting there with her phone in her hand and she's just counting down the seconds, just waiting. So Jennifer, listen, for being my most loyal, there she is. She says, I am here. For being my most loyal customer every single Friday, I'm going to send you something a little special this week, okay? Just know, I don't know what it is yet. I don't know, but I've decided I'm going to send you a little something extra because you set the stage for everybody else for the whole show. It's like, okay, the party has started because Jennifer has checked out. Once Jennifer has picked out all the things that she wants, then you guys can go do your thing. But Jennifer makes sure she's the first customer every single Friday. So Jennifer's getting extra things this week. It just makes me feel good because it's like I know I'm doing good for at least one person out there who is just like faithfully coming and like really believes in my kits and believes in what I do. So I appreciate you. Jennifer. Appreciate you so much. Oh my goodness. So hello to all of the rest of you who I also love and adore, and I would send you all fabulous things if I could, right? And that being said, I do appreciate every single one of you, whether you buy kits or not. I do appreciate every single one of your transactions and purchases through my Etsy shop. Let's talk about those. Shall we? It is Feel Good Friday, and our Feel Good Friday show is all about easy, instant gratification jewelry that you can very easily recreate because I put it together in kit form, put it over in my Etsy shop, and you can grab those kits. I ship them out to you, and you can recreate the pieces that you see. I make it easy for you, right? Yeah, that's what Feel Good Friday is all about. I try to keep things pretty easy here on Fridays. We don't do a whole lot of crazy techniques. We stick to the basics. We stick to stringing, we stick to simple loops, we stick to wrapped loops, and at the very basic wire work, right? And the reason is because I don't want to send you into the weekend being bogged down by technique and feeling like, oh, I just learned something that I'm going to have to remember. No, weekends are for being relaxed and having fun and letting your creativity shine, right? Because sometimes you get a few minutes on the weekends, not always, because I realize that's family time. But sometimes on the weekends, you get a few minutes on a Saturday afternoon or maybe early on a Sunday morning before you have started your day and you find your way to your workspace and you are inspired. And that's what I want. I want you to be inspired. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I have to remember something hard that I learned this week. No, I want you to be inspired. I want you to be excited, looking forward to the kit that's coming to you, right? And I want you to be inspired to look at your pieces and remind yourself, you know what? Sara said that beautiful jewelry does not have to be a representation of every single skill we've ever learned, right? And that can be really kind of freeing. I keep hearing music and I don't know why. I keep hearing music. It's coming from Colleen and Q's desk over there. I don't know what's going on. Right? Accentuate the positive, says Kim. I I like that. I like that. Sandra wants to know, do you have another Q maker mix? Not today. Not today. But I will do that again soon because, guys, that one sold out. And he was so, like, just kind of like, even Colleen was like, your maker mix did so well. And he didn't even really know what to say. Like, I think it really kind of shocked him that people would, I don't know. I just know that he was kind of at a loss for words over all of that. So it was super cute. It was really, really cute. Let's see. Is Colleen there? Nope, Colleen's not here. She said it's her spiritual essence. Yeah, nobody's in the room with me today. I don't even have an animal in here today. So I don't know what the music is. I'm not real sure. Right? Sandra says, move over, Sarah. I know. I'm gonna let him start making more maker mixes. Because it kind of takes the pressure off of me a little bit. Right? Oh my goodness. All right. So speaking of maker mix, this is a great little segue there. No robot. He's in the closet. I think his battery died from yesterday. So maker mixes, speaking of, you guys, maker mixes are small batches of beauty goodness, things I don't have enough of to create an entire kit or piece of jewelry out of, but I still want to share those with you. And so we start every Feel Good Friday show out with a maker mix. I'm going to show you the one for this week. It's super cool. I've got like this tropical thing going on. The next two maker mixes, this one and the one next week, are super, super cool. I think you guys are really going to enjoy those. But before we get into the actual show, I do want to put out a quick little reminder, a little shameless plug, if you will. Please set your reminders for 4 p.m. Eastern time today for our Master Maker show over on JTV Extra. Guys, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what Master Maker is, I'm the host of a show that is a remote show. So I don't actually go down to the JTV studio, though it's not far from here. But I get to do this from home, which means I get to wear my pajama pants on the bottom, which is kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. But guys, I do a show on Friday afternoons at 4 p.m. Eastern time. It's called Master Maker, and I focus on things like components, focals, clasps, specialty findings, and beads and things like that. And I show you ways to incorporate those into your jewelry making. It's a lot of fun. Of course, everything in the show is available for purchase. You can purchase those through the JTV website. So those purchases don't affect me at all. And that being said, though it is important that everybody buy things, I don't want to push it that way. I want you to come and hang out. That's what I want. I want you guys to come hang out, stick around for the project, right? Even if you don't buy anything, that's cool, right? No pressure. I want you to come and hang out. I've got finished pieces of really cool things using all the components that are in the show. And then I usually do 1 to 2 projects. Come and hang out for that. Right? It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun together. So please be sure that you set your reminders for that. My team always drops links. There's a link over in the YouTube feed so that our YouTube family can find it easily. There are links that are dropped on the business page as well as in the community group here on Facebook. You can find it through the JTV Extra, the Jewel School Facebook page, or you can go over to jtv.com. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get there. And if you can't make it, right? If you can't make it, you can always watch it in replay, but we have a good time when it's live. So if you get a chance this afternoon, if you haven't done it yet, or you've done it once or twice, but haven't been able to come back, come hang out with me. Come hang out with me. Your support means absolutely everything to me. And I've got some really cool enamel pieces to show you guys today. So I want you to come for that. Hi, Danielle. Hi. Danielle says it doesn't take much pressure to get me to buy beads. Which is fortunate for me because she usually shares. All right, so let's talk about the beads that are in today's show, shall we? Most of the beads that are in today's show are brought to you by our dear friend Sam. Sam sent me just recently a big shipment of beady goodness, and he was like, these are just for your kids, have some fun with these, y'all. And I got to put together some amazing kits. So if you love the beads that are in the show today, be sure that you go and check out Sam's bead shop if you've not been there before. That being said, Danielle is the same way. Danielle Wicks takes really good care of me as well. And so please be sure to go check her out as well. She's an amazing designer. She's a fantastic human being, and she's got her own site and her own stuff going on. So please be sure that you take care of those two people just as much as you take care of me, because I would not be able to do what I do without the two of them. So I just want them to know how much I love and appreciate them, as I know that you guys do too. Ruth says my hubby thinks I collect beads. Wait, you mean you don't? I'm confused. Isn't that why we're all here? We all kind of have that collecting problem, I think. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to turn you guys around and we're going to get started with our maker mix for today. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, you guys. Collecting? I have that problem too. I'm going to turn on one more light here before we get started. All right. Okay. Kathy says, and the problem is, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? That's a problem? Since when? All right. Let's see if I can fix the shadow that I've got going on here. I'm not real sure what that's about. All right, guys. So here's the maker mix. This one is called In the Tropics. And it is just that. It is very tropical feeling. So there is some check glass in here, a little bit of check glass. But this is mostly made up of agate and jasper beads. So there's some picture jasper in here. There is some of this jasper. I'm not real sure what that's called. There's some crackle agate pieces in here. And then there's some wood. There's a little bit of coconut in here. There is some cork type beads in here. There are some wooden tubes that have this really cool kind of golden glaze on them. Lots of wood, and then this big ceramic focal, some aventurine as well, and of course, like I said, just a little bit of check glass. But I think this is a really cool one. Like this kind of mix inspires me creatively for sure, because it's got like pops of greens and blues in here, but it also kind of has like that boho kind of earthy, but still at the same time tropical. I think it's the greens that do the tropical part for me. So this is a really cool little maker mix. I hope you guys like it. Hope you like it. So this is our maker mix for the week in the tropics. All right, going to set this one over to the side, and we are going to get started right away. So I'm going to start out with a necklace. Let me go ahead and tell you guys, a lot of the things that we have in the show today have a mate. In other words, what you're going to see probably has a pair of earrings that matches it. With the exception of one bracelet and one pair of earrings that are just kind of on their own. I'm gonna start out with a necklace that I think is gonna sell out, and it has a pair of matching earrings. We've done a very similar necklace to this. This one just has the addition of some drapes. Okay, so let me lay this all out for you and show you. I've got some of these phenomenal. It's a funny word to say. Shell-coated pearl beads. These came from Sam. I love these. They're absolutely beautiful. These are right up there in the same, I put these up there in the same category as like my Swarovski pearls and my check glass pearls because of the consistency and the beauty of them. So they are shell coated. We've got these in this really pretty kind of pinky peachy color. We're going to create a necklace using those. There are a couple of maroon colored ones, and then these two little baby pink tiger eye beads that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I wanted to put more of these in the kit, but I didn't have enough of them in order to do earrings. So you get two of these in the necklace, and then there's two for the matching earrings. I'll show you those here in just a second. And then we have these really cool little crystals that we're going to create some drops with some frosty check glass. They've got that beautiful pop of pink in them, as well as kind of champagne-y and goldy colors as well. And then if you guys will remember the necklace that we made before, just kind of scoot all of this out of the way because it really is kind of in the way. The necklace that we made that was very much like this one before, we made with some rose components that had those two shanks on the back. This one we're making with the ones that look like a daisy. Okay, so we're going to put this together. I'm going to lay it out for you first, and then we're going to put it all together. So we've got our daisy components here, right? And from the daisy components, or around the daisy components rather, we're going to do a combination of the pearls and the tiger eye. So we're going to do like out here on this side, we're going to do these pearls lay these. I just like to lay everything out so that you can be like, oh, I see, I see. Okay, so lay these pearls out here like so. All right, and then we're gonna do 2 pearls, one of those tiger eye, 2 pearls. Let's kind of space this out a little bit more. 2 pearls, a tiger eye, 2 pearls. Okay, so that's going to be kind of our main structure. We're going to put some metal beads in between all of those. Okay, but that's not all we're going to do. We're also going to create these little drops here. So the little drops are going to go off of the bottom. 2 of them are already ready, but we're going to put one of them together as a team, right? So we're going to put that together with the little drops at the bottom here, which are some really pretty frosty check glass. Okay, then we're going to create little beaded chain out of some more check glass, and we're going to do a really beautiful drape in between. So we're going to do 2 drapes, right? One of them is almost ready. We're going to put it together as a team, right? And the rest of this is just assembling. But I want you to see, like, this is where we're going, okay? And then we're also going to make a pair of matching earrings, which is a separate kit. But I want you to know this is kind of where we're headed with all of this. So I want to show you each one of the steps, though a lot of this I've already created for you. I do want to show you the steps so that once you get your kit, you understand how to put it all together. So let's start with our little dangle bits here in the front, right? We've got these beautiful crystals. They are on eye pins, so we're going to take one of those, get that ready. Let's go ahead and do this part first, though. Each one of the little crystal dangles has 3 check glass beads, these really beautiful frosty kind of champagne colored ones. They're each going to go onto a head pin, and they are going to get a simple loop. So let's go ahead and do that. These 3 are all, or these 3 for each one of these is already done. We're going to do these together. Okay, so I'm just going to drop that down onto a head pin, and we're going to do a simple loop. So I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers. I'm going to grab that wire right where it is exiting the bead and give it a bend. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off, leaving myself about 1/4 of an inch of wire. Okay, I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, and then I'm going to roll back to close my loop. And it's okay if your loop is not perfect. Mine's a little off, but that's okay, right? You're never going to notice it. Once you have it in a little cluster here, you'll never know. Okay. All right. So let's create our little cluster. So we're going to do that with 2 jump rings. Whoops, that's definitely not a jump ring. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to do this with 2 jump rings. So we're going to take a jump ring, open that up, and we're going to thread on one of those beads. Okay, and then we're going to close that back. Now remember this, because we're going to do this in a different kit. Actually, we're going to do this in 2 other kits. Okay, so there's one. The bottom part of our little cluster is ready. We're going to open up another jump ring, hook on the jump ring we just closed, and we're going to put a bead on each side. Okay, so there's one here, and then before we close that back, we're going to attach that to the eye of an eye pin and close that back. Okay, so we've got our little dangle. It's going to come off the bottom of our crystal here. So we're going to put this pear-shaped crystal bead with all that facety yumminess on it. Look at that, so pretty. Okay, and we're going to do a wrapped loop on the top of this. So I'm going to grab the wire where it is exiting the bead, and I'm going to bend it over the top of the pliers. The pliers are doing all the measuring for me. All I have to do is come in with my round nose pliers, grabbing the wire, taking it up and over. We're going to rotate the pliers in our hands so that we can take the wire over to the other side. And hello, Alma. It's so good to see you. We're going to wire wrap in the space between the loop and the top of our bead. Now it looks like I can get about 4 wraps in here. Don't push it though. If you can only get 3, only do 3. You don't want to push it and risk cracking the top of your bead. Okay, so just do as many as you can get in there, and then be careful with your cutter tool again, because you don't want to damage your bead. Okay, so trim off the excess, and then if you need to, come in with your pliers and tuck in the end. Okay. All right, so now we have got this fabulous little dangle part that we're going to add to our necklace. This one is going to go over here because these two are already ready. Now let's go ahead and finish off the rest of our chain here. You can see that the little beaded chain takes 7 of the check glass rounds. 4 of them are already connected. For this one, we're going to do 3. So we're going to do 3 simple loops together. Okay. Thank you, Julia, for using our super stickers. Appreciate you so, so much. All right, so down onto an eye pin it goes. We're going to do a simple loop at the top. You can do these individually or you can attach them as you go. Totally up to you. All right, so round nose pliers coming in, and we're going to roll back to make our loop. Once you've made that loop, right, that's where you're going to connect it to your other beads. So if you've already got your chain started, or if this is your first bead, this will be where you connect to the next one. So you're just going to open those like a jump ring and close them back like a jump ring as well with a little twist. So there's not any jump rings in between here, right? All right, so for the next one, let's do this one attached directly as we go. So we're going to open. You don't have to do it this way. You can do them individually and then connect them if you want to. Go ahead and thread on your eye pin. Sometimes I find it easier to do it this way than the other way so that I don't have to open a loop next to a bead, right? Go ahead and thread on your bead, and then you're going to do another simple loop, bending the wire, coming in with your cutter tool. You're going to trim off. And then you're going to use those round nose pliers to roll back to close up your loop. Okay, and then we've got one more to go. Close that back. Put on our last bead. Oh, I love that idea. Kim says she saved all of her pretty broken beads and put them into a mold with clear glue and made sun catchers. That's a wonderful idea. I love that. All right, so wraps loop on that one. Okay, so each one of your beaded chains is going to have 7 of those beautiful fire polish beads. Okay. Now, we're going to start assembling this. We're going to do the stringing part first, and then we're going to come in and do the beaded drapes and the dangles at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our bead stringing wire ready to go. And we are going to thread on. You're going to need a wire guardian, which is included in your kit. Your crimp. So we're going to take our crimp, thread that on to the end of our bead stringing wire. We're going to thread on our wire guardian. So we're going up through the wire guardian, then we're going to go back down through the wire guardian and down through our crimp. Make sure your wires are not crossing inside that crimp. You want those running parallel. You're going to place that crimp into the back notch of your crimper tool. Give it a squeeze. Oh, thank you, Julia. And then you're going to turn it sideways and give it a squeeze to make it more compact. Okay, and then you're going to come in with your cutter tool and you're going to trim off the excess wire. And now we're going to string up our project. Okay. So we're going to start out with a metal bead. Remember, I told you we've got metal beads that are going to go in between here. And these metal beads are going to be particularly important when it comes to our little flower components. Okay. So we're going to do a metal bead, a pearl, a metal bead. We're going to do this kind of maroon colored pearl, another metal bead, okay, another pearl. And now this time when we do the metal beads, we're actually going to do 2. And the reason is, so if you're getting this kit, you might want to pay attention to this part because it takes 2 metal beads here. The reason is because it takes 2 metal beads to clear the edge of our component, right? So when I thread this on, it's going to look like that is sitting right next to a pearl. You don't see those 2 metal beads, right? They're kind of just helping to create the structure that we need for our flower component. Okay, so 2 on each side of the shank. So it's going to take a total of 4 metal beads to keep your flower component hanging correctly. Okay. And then you're going to do a pearl and another pearl. So these 2 pearls don't have a metal bead between them, just a little different here. Okay. And then we're going to do a metal bead. That one stuck to my finger. A tiger eye. I love those so much. They're so pretty. What happened to my metal bead? All right, a metal bead, 2 pearls. I feel like I need to go faster because we have so much in the show today. I hope you guys are not in a hurry to go anywhere. Because we got a lot of stuff to show today. All right, so 2 of those. Okay. And then our next metal flower component, 2 more. Oh, one is jinxing me. Nicole is now starting a pool to guess which finger Sara will injure next. No, don't jinx me. Lisa says we can hang with you all day. I would love for you to hang with me all day. All right, so that one's going to be the middle one, right? We're just making our way along. Now, don't forget those metal beads. Those are super important. Okay. All right, next up is another metal bead. Our tiger eye. Another metal bead. Okay, 2 more of our pearls. And then we're going to do the 2 metal beads to bring these over here so that I don't have to keep reaching across the screen. I apologize, you guys. And put them over there on that side thinking that was the best place for them, and it wasn't. All right, so 2 more metal beads, and then we've got our last flower component, 2 more metal beads. We're almost done with this part, and then we're going to assemble the rest of this. Okay. So we've got 3 more pearls to go. Oh, goodness. Keep hitting the screen. Cecilia says, so pretty and girly. Love this necklace. I know, it's so romantic and pretty. The drapes on this one just really kind of take it to such a romantic and lovey place. It's so pretty. And the colors in this one are really kind of what I'm drawn to for sure. Though the style is great. It's this color combination of this like dark pink and light pink that is actually not something that I would normally even be drawn to, because I like more hot pink, obviously. But this soft pink and the kind of maroon deep pink combo in this, I think, is just stunning. Now, look, if you don't even want to do all of the other drape parts of this necklace, it looks pretty just like it is, to be completely honest with you. I mean, we're obviously going to take it to the next level, but if you don't want to do all that and you want to save all the other beads for something else, listen, you do you, boo, because these kits, once they are in your hands, you can create whatever you want to. All right, so we're going to do the crimping on this side. Okay, making sure we pull all that down, not crisscrossing our wires here. And then we're going to crimp, turning it over to the side, crimp, and then we're going to come in with our cutter tool and trim. All right, so we've got the base of the beaded part of our necklace ready to go. Now, the rest of this is going to go together with a series of jump rings, right? So we've got some dangles going on here that we're going to attach with jump rings, but we're also going to be attaching our drapes as well, okay? So let's see here. What's the best way to do all of this? Okay. We're going to start in the middle. Now, you don't have to start in the middle, but we're going to. Remember, these components have a second loop on them, that second shank. That's what we're going to use to attach our crystal. Okay, so like I said, this one's in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and thread on a jump ring. I'm going to thread on one side of the chain drape. Ah, it's a small little jump ring here. One side of the chain drape. Okay. Our dangly crystal. And then on the other side of that, I know I just lost it. Listen, I'm using the 5mm jump rings, but the 6mm are what is in your kit. So you don't have to struggle like I'm struggling here. Originally, I put this together with the 5mm jump rings and then changed it, and ask me why. Because this is why. Okay. Now, once you get those on, you're going to close that back. Now, what you're going to have here is this. Now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense just yet, but the other jump rings are going to hold your dangle in one of the chains. So it's the one in the middle that has the biggest job, right? That middle jump ring, it's holding both ends of the chain and our dangly crystal here. But these two don't have to do as much work, right? So we're going to go ahead and open. We're going to thread on our crystal. We're going to thread on the end of that chain, and then we're going to attach that, to that shank on that side. And we're going to close that back. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing over here on the other one. I love these components, by the way. I actually got these from JTV. They were in a show that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I loved them so much that I bought some for myself. And I got to tell you, I ordered a lot of them so that I could put them in kits. And I got to tell you, I'm thinking I'm going to order some more. I love the shank style of these because it lends itself to so many possibilities. You can use them in so many different ways. All right, now I'm going to close this jump ring back. And you guys, the front of our necklace is complete. Now the rest of this is just chain, okay? And I've included in your kit some really beautiful kind of twisted, dainty chain, because I didn't want the chain to detract from the rest of this, right? I wanted it to just kind of be, just kind of an afterthought, because the most important part of this necklace is all of this here in the front. However, that being said, if you get this kit home and you decide you want to bead the whole rest of this up and not use the chain, go for it, right? Go for it. All right, there's our necklace. Ready to rock. So pretty. So pretty, right? We've got those beautiful shell-coated pearls. We've got some pink tiger eye. We have all of these crystals in here that have that beautiful kind of vitral sparkle to them. They also have that pinky finish on the outside that really kind of brings the pink and maroon together. So really beautiful, kind of princess style jewelry, if you will. Okay, so if you love this, I've got a pair of earrings that matches. So I'm going to show you the matching pair of earrings. It's a separate kit. So let me sit this over to the side. Okay. And I'm going to show you really quickly how to put the earrings together. So the earrings go together with the same component and just jump rings. We've got the same crystal little cluster at the bottom and one of those pink tiger eye. Okay, so these are the earrings. Let's do this really quickly. So I saved some time and already did the head pins with our little crystals here on the bottom. So we're just going to take some jump rings to connect these. Okay, one jump ring with one bead, close that back. We're going to do a second jump ring. Okay. And hook that to the jump ring we just closed, a bead on either side to make it nice and balanced, right? And then before we close that jump ring, we're going to thread that on to an eye pin. So that goes there. Okay, now we're going to thread on our pear-shaped crystal, and we're going to do a wrapped loop on the top of it, right? So grabbing the wire, bending it over the top of the pliers. Round nose pliers up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. Says the earrings are sold out. Wow. That's incredible. All right. Well, thank you for all of you who purchased the earrings. I hope that you love them, because I think they're pretty darn fabulous, right? All right, so we've got all of that taken care of. Now we're going to just do a jump ring to attach those. So jump ring is going to go on, and then we're going to attach that to one of the shanks on the bottom of the flower component. Okay, now for the top of this, we're going to do another jump ring, and we're going to attach an eye pin. They were sold out right after I started. That's awesome. I love it when that happens. Now, listen, I know that that's a good problem for me, but not a good problem for you, right? Which is why I happen to mention that I really do want to reorder these components, because I think that they're so fun and we could really do some more amazing kit projects with them. All right, so I've attached my eye pin to my jump ring. I'm threading this on, and now I'm going to do a wrapped loop, and I'm going to attach my ear wire. All right, so up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and wire wrap in that space. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my cutter tool, trim, and tuck in the end. And then we're just going to add our ear wire to it, and those are done. And they match that necklace perfectly. Absolutely perfect match. So, so pretty. There you go. Love, love, love. All right, so those go together really nicely. Super pretty. All right, I'm going to sit these to the side. We're not stopping. We got a long way to go, you guys. A long, long way to go. So let's do another necklace that's got some earrings that go with it. This is a different style altogether. This one is more of those beautiful pearls, but this time in a purpley color. So it's the shell-coated pearls in purple. I've got these really cool little check glass. They're like little triangle flags with a little copper, some little copper accents to them. And we've got some little drop crystals here. I'm going to show you how this is all going to go together. Okay, so this is a 2-strand in the front kind of necklace that's got a little bit of stringing and a little bit of wire wrapping with it. Okay, so I'm getting my bead stringing wire ready, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do my simple loop on this guy, because we're going to string these up. So I need 4 of these little crystals. They all need to go down onto a head pin, and then you need to do a simple loop on the top of these. Now listen, you can do a wrapped loop if you want to. I'm not going to tell you not to, but I'm going to just do a simple loop on these and trim off. I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and roll back to create a simple loop. Okay, so you're going to do that with each one of those. And we're going to do this in 2 steps. Let's do our beaded strand first. Okay, and then we'll do the pearl strand with our simple loops next. Okay, so we're going to come in and do some stringing just like we started before with crimping. We're going to come in with our crimp and our wire guardian for the end of our bead stringing wire. Okay. Taking the wire back down through the crimp. Make sure your wires are not crisscrossing. Okay, and place that crimp into the back notch of your crimper tool and give that a squeeze. And then you're going to turn it sideways and put it into the front notch of the crimper tool and give it a squeeze. All right, now let me show you how to string up this first bottom strand of this necklace. Okay, so we're going to thread on one of our triangle check glass beads. Okay, we're going to thread on a small pearl. Okay, I love the purple copper combo. We're going to thread on a bead cap. Okay, then we're going to thread on one of these crystals. And then we're going to thread on a bead cap going in the opposite direction. Goodness. And another pearl. Okay, and then another one of these check glass triangles. So let me show you what that pattern looks like when I drop it down. Okay, so this is our pattern for our necklace for the bottom strand. Okay, and we're going to do that the entire way over. Okay, so we're just going to repeat a pearl, a bead cap, a crystal. Oh my goodness, I feel like we're really crunched for time today. And another pearl. Okay, and then another one of our check glass beads. I'm trying to hurry, y'all. I want to be sure that we get to everything today because it's a lot. We got a lot in the show. And I haven't even shown you guys the amazing bracelets yet. So please, please stick around because you don't want to miss. I've got even more beady goodness, you guys. You don't want to miss. Trust me, I've got Z beads that you're going to want. All right, so that's the pattern. We're just going to keep going. Okay. And we're almost to the end of this side. Okay, our last little drop bead, our bead cap, and our small pearl. I love this necklace, by the way. I think this is so pretty. Bridget says, these designs are stunning. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. All right, so this is the bottom strand of our necklace. How pretty is that? That copper and purple combo, there's something just that works about purple and copper. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but I'm not going to question it. I just really think that those are two colors that it doesn't even matter what shade of purple it is. It works with copper. It just really does. And the same to be said for rose gold, because quite honestly, these little, the little accents in here could work with rose gold as well. Right. So, I mean, because copper's like that. The lighter and brighter it is, the more it kind of favors rose gold. So I think any of those things would look beautiful with this. So if you wanted to layer this up with your rose gold pieces, I think it would look beautiful. All right. So we're going to crimp the other end of this, and then we're going to do that top section. And really the only thing that's left after we do the little top section is just adding some chain. The majority, again, just like the last one, the majority of this necklace, all of the beading happens in the front. So you've got chain included, but if you wanted to bead this up the rest of the length of this with some beads from your own stash, once you get this kit home, you absolutely can do that and make it spectacular, you know, and save the chain for something else, or you can keep it simple like it is. And then, like I said, layer it with some of your other favorite pieces, right? All right, we're going to give that a trim. Nicole says there are only 2 of these necklaces left. That's awesome. All right, so it looks like I forgot to trim that off of here. So for the top strand of this two-strand design is just some of these larger pearls on eye pins, and they're just linked together with some eye pins. There's a couple of jump rings on either end. I'll show you how to put all of that together here in just a second, but let's go ahead and do the 2 that are left. Sam is in the house. Sam, you missed the first necklace and earrings. They were gorgeous, and they were all thanks to you and your amazing beads. I have no idea why I need to sing that, but I don't know. Sam makes me sing. What can I say? All right, we're gonna roll back. Okay, and we're gonna do one more. All right, so we're just attaching that on either end. It doesn't matter, right? You're just making a little chain out of your beads here. Okay, trimming off, leaving yourself about 1/4 of an inch of wire, using your round nose pliers to grab that wire and roll back. Okay, all right, now on either end of this, you are going to do a little jump ring combo. I don't know what has happened to the rest of my jump rings. Okay, so on each end of this, you're actually supposed to have, let's see, 3 jump rings. And I've got this little section of 3 jump rings, but I've lost the other little, I don't know what's happened to them, but you're going to take your jump rings. I'm going to tell you how to do this anyway. Okay. So you've got some smaller jump rings here. You've got 6 of those in your kit. You're going to take them and make little groups of 3. Okay. And you're going to attach those. These are just going to create a little extra length for this top layer of your necklace. So you're going to do 3 on one end. Then you're going to take a single jump ring here and you are going to attach your bottom strand and then your jump ring on the end. Okay. And then you're going to attach your chain piece. Okay. So that's going to go together just like that. Now over on the other end, you would do the same thing, but I seem to be missing, which doesn't really surprise me considering how many pieces of jewelry are in today's show. So we would need our 3 little jump rings over here on this end. I don't know where mine are, so we're just going to attach with one single jump ring. Now remember, when we get to the end of the show, this one's not going to hang correctly because of that, but I'm going to put it together anyway because, you know, I gotta say it's finished. But you would do 3 little jump rings on the end here. Okay. And attach it exactly the same way. It's going to just give you just enough extra length for that beaded section to drape correctly, right, with your chain. So you've got your chain for the back of this. Like I said, you could bead up your own, you know, beaded length if you wanted to. But you've got 2 beautiful beaded strands here of purple and copper. Right. Okay. Now, if you love this, there is a quick little pair of earrings that I think are sold out already, but the earrings that match this, let me show you, are super, super simple. Like this is instant gratification at its finest. So, and you quite honestly could leave a bead out if you wanted to, if this was too long of an earring for you, but it's basically just 2 simple loops and a wrapped loop here. Okay, so we're going to take a head pin, we're going to thread on a bead cap and one of those gorgeous pearls, a bead cap, and one of those little drops that were in the necklace. Okay, and you're going to just do a simple loop here. You can do a wrapped loop if you want to. I'm just going to do a simple loop. Okay. We're going to come in with the round nose pliers. Roll back. Okay. And then we're going to do an eye pin attached to that loop that we just created. And we're going to put that next drop on. Now, again, you can leave that drop out. Mary said, because like we would never lose 3 little jump rings in our perfectly clean and organized beading space. Right? That would never happen. Never happen. I love it because you guys can feel me. Like she totally gets it. And I know the rest of you do too. Like where did those 3 jump rings go? You know, and 5 days later, you'll find them and they'll be attached to something else randomly. They'll be stuck to some scrap piece of wire. And you'll be like, oh. All right. So we're just going to do a wrapped loop here. Again, you can do a simple loop in exchange for a wrapped loop if you want to. Just be careful when you go to cut your excess wire because you don't want to accidentally damage the top of your bead. And then you're just going to add the ear wire to it. Now, super simple. Again, like I said, these are the epitome of instant gratification jewelry because they're super, super simple, but they match that necklace beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. That being said, they also look amazing on their own. So if you just like purple and copper and you want the earrings and not the necklace, like I totally get that. I get it, right? They're so pretty. So, so pretty. All right, we got to move on because we have so much more in this show. All right, I've got some bracelets for you guys that I think you're going to look crazy over. Look at these beads. Now, who does not love Z-beads? Now, when you make them metallic, oh my, like these just sent me over the edge. These are absolutely stunning. Stunning. So we're going to do just a simple stringing project with these because quite honestly, they don't need anything else other than just to be strung up and be beautiful. Okay, so I've got some 19 strand bead stringing wire here. I'm going to thread on my crimp, my wire guardian, and instead of metal spacers for this one, I'm using some metallic rondelles that I think were just the perfect kind of complement to these incredible Z beads. Okay, again, making sure your wires are not crossing. Back notch of your crimper, squeeze, turn it to the front, squeeze, come in with your cutter and trim off. All right, now, again, just simple stringing here. That's all we're doing. We're going to thread on 4 of these metallic little rondelles, okay? And we're just going to build our way up. Okay, so we've got the metallics. We're going to do 3 of the small metallic Z beads. Nicole says there are only 6 left of this bracelet. Okay, which does not surprise me in the least. We're going to do 2 rondelles. Okay, 3 more of the Z beads. I'm sorry. Did I do 3? Yeah, it was 3. That 2 and 3 combo kind of throwing me off a little bit. So there's 3 of those. We're going to do 2 more rondelles. And now we're going to use the big daddies. We're going to bring in these gorgeous big ones. Okay. With 2 rondelles in between them. So you're going to do a total of 5 of the large ones. This is so pretty. And the lighting in here is terrible for this. But you've got to trust me that these Z beads with that metallic finish on them they're incredible. They're so pretty. Like I need more. I need more of these in my life. Pat says, me likey. Me too. Me too. So, so pretty. Okay, we've got 1 more of the big ones. Okay, and then we're going to finish this off with the same pattern. So we're going to do 2 rondelles, 3 of the small. 1, 2. The time is stressing me out, you guys. I'm so stressed because I still have so much more to show you. So many more amazing things in the show today. And I don't want you to run off and leave and miss out on anything because I feel like the kits just keep getting better and better and better. And the time just keeps slipping away. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty. All right. And then we're going to finish this off with 4 rondelles. Listen, I didn't even put dangles on this. Who is gasping out there? No dangles? What? Because you guys, it didn't need them. It didn't need them. I was supposed to put 4 of those rondelles down here. I only did 3. My goodness. Look at how I'm so excited about these beads. I'm not even paying attention to my own design. It didn't need dangles, right? Because these are all so beautiful on their own. Yeah. I can't help but just kind of ooh and ah over them. Feel Good Friday should be stress-free. You're right. I know. I can't help it though, because I know that an hour is a long time, you know? And once you've been here over an hour, it's like people start dropping off like flies. They're like, okay, well, I gotta go. And I get it. So I don't want to dominate your day, you know, because you guys are going to get a whole nother dose of me at 4 p.m. Some of you, that's too much, Sarah. Right? It is for me. And I'm with me all the time, every day. All right. And then to finish that off, guys, it's just your regular hardware. You've got 3 jump rings here. You don't have to use all 3 of them. I just wanted to include an extra jump ring in case you needed the extra length. But otherwise, you're just going to add your jump rings. Now, you can put your own dangles on this if you want to, but I feel like, honestly, it didn't need it because these beads are so incredible on their own. I normally add a dangle to just about everything I do, but I just couldn't bring myself to. They're so pretty. They're so, so pretty. So that is the beautiful metallic Z-bead bracelet. You guys, that one will be gone by the end of the weekend if it's not already. I'm just telling you. Now, this one does have a cute little quick pair of earrings that goes with it to match if you're interested in having the whole set. Now, I put these together as a mismatched pair, but you don't have to do them that way if you don't want to. You can put these together so that they do match. But it is just some of those little baby Z-beads and some of these beautiful little metallic spacers in squares that I just think are fun. They're just kind of fun. So you can do this mismatched, or you can do them exactly like, you know, exactly like each other in whichever direction you want to. But I'm going to do them mismatched. So I'm going to take this this large jump ring. I'm going to put it on the bottom this time. Okay. And then I'm going to thread on my square beads here. And I love the little squares. The metallic finish on the edges of these was the perfect mate for those Z beads. So you're going to thread those on, right? You've got 7 of those, so 7 for each earring. And you can do a simple loop or you can do a wrapped loop. It's totally up to you. I'm going to keep it simple, do a simple loop. Pamela says, did you use colored stringing wire? I did. I used some beautiful purple 19 strand bead stringing wire from Beadalon for the stringing material of my bracelet. I love their colored stringing wire. So usually in my kits, if I can, I like to include a colored stringing wire. All right, now I'm going to put my 2 metallic baby Z beads on the top of that. And I'm just going to do another simple loop. We're going to attach these with some jump rings to our ear wire. And we're going to call it a day. Okay. So rolling back on those. And then the jump rings. Now listen, the jump rings are important because if you don't attach the jump rings, they won't be the same length. So that's the thing with mismatched earrings is some people don't want them to be the same length. I do. Even though they're mismatched, I still want them to be even, right? And so sometimes, you know, adding things like jump rings will really help to even everything out if there's a little bit of discrepancy between the two. So you've got 2 little jump rings to go on the top, and then you're just going to add your ear wire to that top jump ring. And you've got some super cute, very trendy because they're mismatched. But now listen, I understand that not everybody likes the mismatched look. So you can put these together both matching if you want to. But they're really cute, and they definitely are a good little addition to your bracelet if you wanted to have the full little set here. Super, super cute. Very trendy, very on trend for this season, and metallic seems to be everywhere this year. So you're going to be seeing a lot of the metallics for sure. All right, now I'm going to sit this to the side because I've got two more things to show you guys, and you don't want to miss this bracelet. You don't want to miss this. Oh, these peacock colored shell coated pearls. And I've got some of this gorgeous blue bead string wire. Listen, it doesn't get any better than the peacock colored pearls. They're my favorite pearl in the history of ever. And I don't care if they are man-made. I don't care if they're straight from, nature. It makes absolutely no difference to me. The peacock colored pearls are my favorite in the entire world. Okay, so this is another simple stringing project. I'm going to get my bead stringing wire started. I'm going to string these up. There are different sizes here. You can put this together however you want to, but we're going to do the one that we're going to do here. Wow, words. We're going to start ours from small to large and then back down again. Okay, so we're doing kind of that staggered. Our biggest beads in the middle like we did with the Z-bead bracelet. Okay. All right. So one thing you're going to notice in your kit is that your metal beads, there are some larger metal beads and there are two smaller metal beads. The two smaller metal beads are the ones that go on the end. All right. So putting that in, and we're going to do 2 of the small pearls. Okay, a metal bead, 2 small pearls, a metal bead. Okay, we're going to do the medium-sized pearl, just 1, a metal bead, the medium-sized pearl, a metal bead, and then we're going to do bead cap. Okay, so here's our pattern so far. Okay, we're going to do a bead cap, one of the big ones, a bead cap, and a metal bead. Whoops, that's one of the small ones. Look how pretty. They look like it's like an oil slick. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I can't take it. They're so pretty. I can take it. So I'm here and I'm loving it. We're going to do the 3 large pearls in the middle. Simple stringing at its finest, guys. This is truly the perfect example of just simple stringing, simple technique, beautiful results. Does not have to be complicated, you guys. Beautiful jewelry does not have to be complicated. It really doesn't. Like, I love to show off all my skills because I can do a lot of crazy things with wire, and I can make knots, and I can do all kinds of amazing techniques. But listen, sometimes just simple stringing is all it takes because the beads are gorgeous, right? So pretty. All right, let's finish off that pattern here. So we're doing a medium, a metal bead, a medium. Debbie says, are they blue? So they are blue, but they have this like peacock finish to them that makes them green and purple and blue all at the same time. It's like this incredible color shift that's on them that just, I don't really know how else to describe it. You have to see them in person to really appreciate it. They're so pretty. Okay, so 2 of the small, a metal bead, and 2 of the small. All right, now we're going to crimp this, but we're going to crimp this end directly to our clasp. Okay, so, but first of all, I just want you to ooh and awe over those. Look how pretty. Gosh, it's gorgeous. All right, we're almost done, guys. We've only got 1 quick pair of earrings after this kit, and then we will be done for the day. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me, even though we are over the hour mark today. Really means a lot to me. I really want all of you guys to see all of the kits today. So I'm glad. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm talking and not paying attention. I'm taking the wire back down through the wire guardian. But before I get on the crimp, I'm going to attach my clasp so that wire guardian sits right there. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that down. So that is attached directly to our bracelet. Okay, no jumping in between here. All right, and then we're just going to crimp, and then I'll turn that sideways, crimp. All right, and then I'm going to trim off the excess. All right, now for the rest of this, I did add dangles because I couldn't help myself. Oh, I forgot my remember that little metal bead? Yeah, gosh, I'm all over the place today, but it's just because the time is kind of getting to me. So, guys, put your little metal bead on the end before you crimp. I do as I say, not as I do. I don't know what's going on with me today. All right, so I'm going to do a jump ring. Okay. And then I'm going to add a large jump ring. I'm going to close that back. Okay. And then I'm going to do another jump ring. And this is going to be the jump ring that our clasp attaches to. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and slide that one on. Slide that on. Now, again, there are 2 dangles for this bracelet. You don't have to use them if you don't want to, but I thought that they were super cute because one of them is a tiny little bird, and I just couldn't stop myself. I didn't put a dangle in the previous bracelet. This one, it needed it because it was a little baby bird. Look, so cute. There's also a metal bead here. You're going to just do it the same way as the bird. You're going to drop it down onto a head pin, do a wraps loop, attach it to a jump ring. Okay. We're going to do the same thing with our little bird. Our little bird has a crystal. You can do the crystal first or the bird first. It's our little crystal and then our little baby bird. All right. We're going to, you can't tell me that's not adorable. I mean, you can. I wouldn't believe you if you said that it wasn't, though. I would argue. All right, and we're just going to do a wrapped loop. Okay, and then we're going to attach this to that larger jump ring. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off. Okay, and thank you, Susie. I appreciate that. Susie says, I absolutely love how you work through mistakes on the fly and give yourself grace. In my opinion, there's no better way to teach. Listen, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. I'm not perfect. I've been in this industry for a very long time. I've been making jewelry for longer than I would like to admit because it shows how old I actually am. But I pride myself on keeping it real. Listen, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. I've made some huge mistakes. I stabbed myself in the finger on a live. I set something on fire one time for a Michael's live where I was teaching a Michael's class virtually. I have done some really ridiculously dumb things on live TV. I have done some ridiculously live things here with you guys. I'm a real person. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a regular girl making jewelry and sharing my my talents with y'all. And if I can't keep it real, then I'm doing us all a disservice. So, you know, the mistakes are important because they're all part of learning. So there is our beautiful, beautiful peacock blue, purple green pearl bracelet. I'm in love with this. Sam sent me these pearls, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kept some of them for myself because that's how in love with them. Like, I almost didn't make kits out of them, but then I was like, you know what? That's not fair. I gotta share. So yeah, there's our bracelet. All right, I'm gonna sit this to the side. We've got one more little kit to put together. Super easy. Couldn't help but share this color combination with you guys. These are a little sparkly, so if you are shy away from sparkle, these might not be for you, but I couldn't resist this color. This color screams summer to me, right? This is the color of the pool. This is the color of the beach. This is the color of the sky. It's really not, because this is like green. It's not blue. But I mean, this color, when I see this color, I guess what I'm trying to say is I think of summer. So we're going to put these together. Again, it's one of the little dangles, just like we've done in our necklace projects and some of the previous earrings projects that we put together. I'm really kind of loving this little drop at the moment, so that's why you're seeing it a lot. I apologize if you're like, oh gosh, it's another one of those little cluster drops, but honestly, I'm kind of in love with it at the moment. So you know how I can be when it comes to that. If I love something, you'll see it a ton for a while and then I'll get over it. All right, so we're just going to drop that down onto a head pin, and we're just going to do a simple loop. Okay, so I'm trimming off, leaving myself 1/4 of an inch of wire, grabbing and rolling back to create a simple loop. Okay. All right. Now, same steps as before, because you're going to do that with all 3 of your little drops. Okay. You're going to take a jump ring, 1 jump ring, 1 drop. That's the bottom. Okay. Second jump ring is going to have 2 of the drops. And you want to be sure that they go on either side of the jump ring so that it hangs evenly. Okay. And then before you close that, you're going to thread on the eye for your eye pin and then close that back. Okay. We're going to thread on our big, amazing crystal bead here. Oh, that color. My goodness. We're going to thread on a bead cap and another amazingly beautiful bead, and a metal bead and a wrapped loop, and we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day. All right, let's do it. And then we'll go back through everything, and then I definitely will let you guys go. Okay. All right, so up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. Oh gosh, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. And then you're just going to wire wrap in that space. Come in with your cutter, trim off, and add your ear wire. These are super simple, but they're so pretty. Nicole says they're sold out. Doesn't surprise me at all because they're absolutely stunning. Look how pretty. If you're going on vacation this summer, you know, and you're going to plan like one night where you go to a nice restaurant, these would be the earrings. But quite honestly, if you're going to the grocery store on a Tuesday afternoon, these would be the earrings. I'm just saying. They're so pretty. So pretty. All right, I'm going to turn you guys around, okay? Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me all this time. It was a long show today, but I had so much to show you. Look at those. Oh my goodness. They're so pretty. Those colors, I can't with that color. It's just gorgeous, right? And then with our pearls, look at our pearl bracelet. Another just stunning piece. So pretty. We had our metallic Z-beads, right, for that bracelet. And then we had the super cute little mismatched earrings to go with in those metallics as well. Okay. We had our purple and copper earrings that go with our necklace. take this one off. This is a necklace for next week. Now remember, I lost some jump rings for this one, so this one's not going to hang on the bust exactly the way that it's supposed to, but you'll get the idea, right? So that was our 2-strand purple and copper. So pretty. Kristen says, I need 0 reason to wear fancy earrings no matter where I plan to go. Those are beautiful. I agree. I don't need a reason either. It doesn't matter to me. And then last but not least was that first necklace that we put together. And I'll show you the earrings that go with it here in just a second. But I got to show you this one on the bust so you can really see. So this was the first necklace that we put together with those beautiful pearls and the sparkles and the check glass. Love. And then, of course, this one had these beautiful earrings to match that are just stunning. Stunning. I promise to get some more of these connectors for you guys so that we can do some more things with them because I think that they're so much fun. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me an extra almost 16 minutes now. I am so thankful for all of you. Thank you for all of your purchases from my Etsy shop. Thanks for just hanging out with me and letting me be a part of your beadie journey. I really appreciate it. I hope that I have inspired you. I hope that I'm sending you off into the weekend looking forward to making things and looking forward to the kits that are coming your way. Really appreciate it so much. Don't forget to set your reminders for 4 p.m. Eastern this afternoon for Master Maker. My group will be dropping links for that, or you can find that over on JTV Extra. I've got some really beautiful enamel pieces for you guys and some gemstone bead strands that you don't want to miss out on. They're so pretty. Cannot wait for that. And you guys, if I don't see you later, have an amazing weekend, right? And I'll be right back here on Tuesday at 1 p.m. for another fun show. I'll be with Sam's Bead Box. I got some really beautiful things. We're putting together another really kind of romantic necklace that I think you guys are really going to love. Okay, so have a great rest of your afternoon, and hopefully I'll see you guys later. Okay, thanks, guys.